Hello and welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I'm going to be going over my vendors event recap, and I want to talk to you guys about some things from a business perspective, marketing tools and all of that. So if you're interested in the video, let's get into this video. Okay, let's get started. During the time that this vendor events was going on, if you haven't watched my video prior to this one, or I'm not sure when they're going to come out, if it's going to come out back to back, or if this one is going to come out first and the other one is going to come out last. So let me just catch you up. This is a vendor's event that I wasn't able to attend, but my daughter went in my place. So let's get started about some items that she took. And the last vendor event that I went to, it was, I think I sold like 60 to 70% of what merchandise I wanted to take to the vendor's event. So what my daughter did was she took the remaining items that I wanted to sell geared towards Christmas. So let's get into what sold and how well I did, or how well she did. Okay, she took about 65 gifts and she brought 6 home. So she did really well. So even though I was ill, my work spoke for itself. I always tell you to make sure that your items are nice and neat, no matter what you're designing. If you're doing crafts, if you're doing wreaths, if you're doing anything that you may be using for someone else to purchase, always make sure that that stuff is always nice and neat, because I'm telling you, it's going to speak for itself. Along with word of mouth. Word of mouth of someone telling another person where they purchased that item from is going to make your business excel. I always talk to you guys about that, and I will always stand on that. So we're going to go over what sold. I did a video on this item here, and it was the owls. And I did two different videos, or a video and one short, if I can remember correctly. And the owls was a little small container with an owl on it, and one of them was white and one of them was turquoise. And the only thing I did for those was I took some soap in one of them, like a big nice size soap, and then in the with that one, I think I put a hand sanitizer. Made sure it was looking really nice, the colors was really nice, and presented very well. I made 6 of those. I sold all 6 of those. The white ones, they had a hand soap and a hand lotion, and it was the purple and white one. So what I'll do is, I don't have that merchandise with me to hold it up and show you, so I'll put a picture of those in the screen up here on top, so that you'll know exactly what I'm talking about. So if you want to go back and see what items those are, you'll see what they are up top, and then you can go back to my video for a reference. So all of those sold. And they were not geared towards Christmas. They were not geared towards Mother's Day. They were not geared towards Valentine's Day. These 2 gifts right here you can use this gift for any occasion. So they both sold. The next thing that I'm going to go over is the Elf on the Shelf gift, and I made that gift using a cookie sheet. I'll put a picture of it up top so you'll know exactly what I'm talking about. And I also did a video on this one, so you can go to the video for reference if you want to know how I made that gift. And all of those, I made 6 of those, all of them sold. Excuse me. I did a pizza gourmet gift. I made 6 of those, all 6 of those sold. And my daughter was telling me that some of the ladies that came up to purchase and they were looking at that gift, they said that they didn't want to use it for Christmas. So during the video, I talked about on that, I was going to put the bow and all of that on the outside in case someone wanted to purchase that gift for another reason, a birthday or a gift to a coworker or a gift to a teacher or a gift to anybody. So because I didn't put the bow, the Christmas bow and all of that in the inside of the gift, she was able to show my customer that they could take the bow off because I used glue dots to put on the outside to take that bow off. And I think I explained that during the video of why I wanted to put the bow on the outside in case someone wanted to purchase that item for another reason besides Christmas. So all of them sold, all 6 of them sold. The next thing that she took was the Christmas lanterns, and that was basically the gold lanterns, and I put a bow on top of it with floral, and I put some floral picks inside of there. I also did a video on that one, and what I'll do is I'll put the picture of the item up top because I don't have any more. And if you want to see how I made that and designed that gift, you can go back to my video, and my video will show you exactly how I designed that gift. She took all 6 of those, and all 6 of them sold. With that gift, when I was designing that gift, I talked about when I was putting the bow on and the picks inside with the bow, even though I was using hot glue, to not let the hot glue get onto the lantern. In case someone wanted to take that piece off, the only thing they had to do is go in the back, twist the Chanel stem or pipe cleaner off, take that bow off and that floral arrangement off, and they could put whatever bow they wanted to in order to give that gift as another occasion gift. So, like I said, I'll put that item up in the top, and then I also did a video on that item. Okay, let's go over I think this one here is my all-out favorite gift that I did. Because it was just a simple gift that I just basically give to my family, I didn't think this gift was going to do as well. So, in my first vendor event, I sold 4. So, I had 2 left, and she took the 2 and she sold the rest of the 2. And this was my hot cocoa tier station. I'll put, it was almost like in a tower, 1, 2, 3. It was 3 levels to it. I'll put a picture up top, and I also did a video on that one. So if you want to go back for reference, you can. The next thing she took was, I did a video on this also. It was gifts that I did in boxes. And I used 2 items. One of them were geared towards fall, which I sold in my first vendor's event. And the other one was geared towards, no, the first 2 was blue, and one was blue and one was white. And then quite a bit of those sold in my first vendor's event. So I showed one at the end of that video that I had already did, and I put a picture of it so you'll know exactly what I'm talking about. She took 6 of those and she sold 4. So the next item is going to be my large cutting boards. I also did a video on those. I'll put a picture up top, and I think I had like I want to say I had like 4 or 5 left, but whatever I had, she sold. The next one of my favorites that I did when I was doing my videos was the booty gifts. My first vendor's event was geared towards fall and Christmas. But I felt like that during that time, a lot of people were looking for fall gifts because they were going to parties, they wanted gifts to give to friends, they wanted to give gifts to family members, and they wanted to give gifts to, they were going to a party and wanted to give the gift to the hostess. So I sold quite a bit of items geared towards fall. But in this event, this little booty gift, my daughter said she put it in like a little basket. Of course, she said, "Mom, my setup wasn't like when you do it," but that didn't matter to me as long as she was there, and you know, I knew she was going to be by herself. And she said she put them in a little basket, and she just sat the little booties in there. And I think I did. I said I was gonna make 6 of those, but I did. I think I ended up doing like 10 of those, and all of the little booties sold. There were the little red booties. I'll put a picture up here so you'll know exactly what I'm talking about. There were the little booties with the 2 items in there with a cute little bow. Simple little gift, and they all sold, y'all. So she was like, "Mom, all of them sold." So I was like, "Oh, I'm glad they like those." So the next thing what sold was, excuse me, y'all, I'm still a little under the weather, so you may hear me cough a little bit or have to catch my breath a little bit, so bear with me. The next thing that sold was, when I first did my started my fall gifts, I did a gift in a silver tin, and it was actually a basket. And the colors were ivory, black, and gold. And for that gift, I think I put a cute little pumpkin inside. I'll put a picture up here up top so you'll know what I'm talking about. And excuse me, what my daughter did was she opened up the gift, in which she's watched me enough so she's able to do like little simple things to help me. So she opened up the gift. She didn't have to rip open the cellophane. She didn't have to tear anything up. She just twisted the bow off, took the zip tie off, took the little pumpkin out, and stuck a Christmas tree in there. She said she did those two, she did 2 where she stuck a Christmas tree in, and she did 2 where she stuck a cute little flower in. And she said she sold, and so before I get to that part, she closed it back up, and she said she put those items out, and she said all 4 of them sold. So like I said again, I'll put a picture up top because I don't have any more. So even though when I did that particular gift, it was geared towards fall at the time, and the only thing in that gift that made it fall was the little small pumpkin that I put inside of there. I wanted to just add a little embellishment into the gift to just make it look a little bit more fallish. So basically that gift was an all-around gift. It did not matter if it had fall leaves or Christmas trees or whatever that you may want it to put in there, just for that occasion. So if you was doing a Mother's Day or a Valentine's gift, the only thing you had to do was open up that gift like my daughter did. It was not hard. It was not something that took a lot of time, and they all sold. So even though I design gifts and sometimes I want to gear them towards a holiday, I don't always put big items in there geared towards that holiday. Just a little embellishment. So if I wanted to take that gift apart, I could. So they both sold. So it was, I think I had 4 left, and she sold all 4 of them. Let's see. Back in Christmas in July, when I did a video and I made some little wooden boxes, I bought the boxes from Dollar Tree, I painted them, I put little feet on them, I put a wooden backer on them, and I made 6 with the red Dollar Tree lotions and stuff inside of those. I'll put a picture up top so you'll know what I'm talking about. All of them sold, y'all. They were geared towards Christmas, and they all sold. I also did another wooden box where I took the same type of wooden box, and I put like items in there that was not related to the body. So all 6 of those sold, y'all. And they didn't have anything with Christmas on there. Those gifts right there were geared towards any occasion. So when I made those gifts, I wanted to show you how you can take the same container, but you can take that container and use it in 2 different ways. So it's all in how you're creating your items, letting your imagination flow, and just designing your gifts. So even though one was geared towards Christmas and the other one wasn't, they still sold. So if someone's coming to your table or wherever you're selling, if you're street selling, if you're just selling online, if you're selling at a school or at a hotel where I sometimes go, all of my items weren't geared towards one particular holiday. Some of them were all occasion gifts. So even though you have the same items, you can take that and use it in other ways. If you get what I'm saying. Sometimes it doesn't require a lot to just put like a small embellishment or pull it out. It does not require a lot to do that. So that's what I always tell you. If you want to add an embellishment in, and it's something that you want to do to elevate your gift a little bit, it's okay. But I'm not going to say make all your gifts geared towards a holiday. Make some of your gifts geared where they're all occasion gifts. You can use them anytime. But it's okay to make some gifts with a small embellishment in there because they're going to sell. And if they don't, like my fall ones, and my daughter tweaked it a little bit, it wasn't like something, it was not hard. She tweaked it a little bit and it sold, y'all. So I'm still talking about the wooden boxes. Let me go back. I'm rambling a little bit. I haven't talked to you guys in a while. So during that video, I also did some items where I took the wooden box and I put some, I think it was the peel and stick gold and ivory peel and stick on the back. And I painted the box gold. And the gift was simple, but when I tell you that gift looked very, very, very elegant, and she took 6 of those that I made, and they all sold, y'all. They all sold. And I'll put a picture up in the top here, so you'll know what I'm talking about. And with that gift, it was a very elegant gift. That gift that I could have rolled in any occasion. Took the 2 little pines out of the gift that's usually geared towards Christmas. You can take out of there and put something geared towards Valentine's Day. It don't have to be big, or Mother's Day, or rose. You don't even have to. It don't even have to say Valentine's Day or Mother's Day. You could take a rose or anything, or any other type of flower, and put in there and elevate that gift and make it into your own. So when you see me design, I don't always do gifts geared towards a holiday. Yes, I do some because I like to do that. and I will continue to do that. So your gift is going to speak for itself. Your bowls and presentation of your gift, that is going to speak for itself. My daughter didn't take my bracelets, which was fine. So I'm going to tell you, she took, my daughter took, what did it say, 65 gifts, and she bought 6 home. So all of my stuff I made from fall time to when I was doing videos, the last time you see me doing a video geared towards that vendor's event, I don't have any of that merchandise left, except for 6 items. And those 6 items, I can take them and roll them into Valentine's Day. So sometimes God want to sit you down a little bit, but which is fine. Maybe I needed to rest. But my daughter stepped in. My daughter stepped in, and she did very well. So I'm very, very grateful for that. About marketing, I want to talk to you a little bit about marketing and what happened at this vendor's event. My daughter said she set my items up, and they, you know, she said, Mom, it didn't look like yours, but it was nice. Do you know, just from presentation of my gifts and my daughter setting them up nice and neat, presentation-wise, as when someone comes up to look at your gifts, what the actual gift looks like. I'm not talking about the setup right now. I'm talking about the presentation of your gifts and the quality of your gifts, how they look when someone else looks at them. Do you know that I gained a business account just from that? So just because my items were nice and neat, well put together, I had someone reach out to me for me to do gifts for his business. When I tell you, I was in awe about that, y'all. How God continues to bless you. And I'm so, 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 so thankful. Yes, I went through an illness, but your favor, God's favor on your life. Ooh, not gonna get emotional in this video, y'all. This guy reached out to me. My cards was there. She did put my business cards out there. She had some flyers that I make, and some of those flyers I take with me to the grocery store. And I've been doing this ever since I first started. And I take flyers. These are flyers that I take with me to the grocery store. And if I park, and it's a car on this side, and it's a car on this side, or a car in front of me and a car right here, I'll take some of my flyers and go and put on those people's cars. I also take a few of me with me in the grocery store. Not saying I'm going around the whole grocery store passing out my flyers. I'm not saying that. But if I come on the aisle and someone's there, I'll go up to that person and just give them a flyer and tell them who I am and explain my business to them. At first, I was a little shy at doing that. But when you are a business owner, you have to be open and willing to communicate with other people. You got to let that shyness go out the window. So, and I'm not going to say that I'm completely over the shyness. Sometimes I still get shy. Even on camera, sometimes I still get shy. You have to sell yourself, sell your business. Not just by getting on, I also get on Facebook, I get on Instagram, I get on other platforms and I talk about my business and what it means to me. So when I say marketing, yes, when you street sell, when you go to vending events, your gifts are going to speak for you. They are. So presentation, even dealing with your setup. I'm not saying your setup has to be elaborate and all of that, but make it look nice. Make sure tablecloths are on your table. Make sure it don't matter what kind of tablecloth. Just don't go out there with empty tables. If you're vending, I do a lot of vending. If you're vending, if you're street selling, you're setting up anywhere, at a business, a fair, church, or wherever you want to set up, just make sure it looks nice and neat. Make sure it looks like you cared about it. So all of that stuff is going to be geared towards your marketing. Your marketing of you telling people about who you are, about your business. I want to say that from fall to now, I've sold all those gifts I've made that I actually made. I have 6 left, y'all. And when I tell you, it's a blessing. I'm not bragging. I'm just saying, your gift will make room for you. I always say, use your imagination, use your creativity, and think outside of the box. Because all of that stuff is going to come into play. I'm a living witness. It's going to come into play. I had a subscriber ask me how long it took me to get where I am. And at the time it took me, when she asked me, it took me 1 year to build. And I never thought I would be in the place that I am now. When I tell you, God will give you favor. No matter what anyone says, if you're consistent and you're confident about your business, when you're speaking to other people, you know your worth, you know your value. I always talk to you about that in other videos. Watching how you spend your money. Everybody's at different stages. If you're new to basket making, you may not be where I am, or you may be in the middle, or you may be just started, like I said. So where you purchase your things, how much you are able to spend when you purchase your things may vary from mine. So don't let that stop you. Keep going, y'all. Keep going. Someone's going to be happy to come and purchase a gift for you, as long as it's nice and neat. Don't let nothing stop you. If you penny shop, Dollar General has times when you penny shop. I always tell you to watch Christie's Connections. That's how I learned, from Christie's Connections. I go in there and I binge watch her channel. When I was sick, that's all I did was binge watch her channel, because I'm trying to see what I could tell my daughter to go out and purchase. Even though I can't get up and do it, I can tell one of my kids to go and do it for me. So Dollar Tree, Ross, Burlington, Booties, TJ Maxx sometimes have sales. Marshall sometimes have sales. If you're looking for floral, Hobby Lobby. If you're looking for other items to go in your gifts, Michael's, any craft store. Whatever you're designing, don't let nothing stop you. No matter what it is, don't let nothing stop you. Keep going. Sometimes we get a little weary, but keep going. Sometimes our body don't want to act right, but keep going. Sometimes we may need to take a step back, and that's fine, but keep going. Don't let nothing hinder you from the gift that you have. And the Bible speaks of that. Your gift will make room for you. If God gave you something, follow through with that thing. I don't care what it is. If it's basket making, it's creating decor, if it's wreaths, if it's doing whatever business you may want to do and you have in your head and you want to do it, do it. The only thing what's stopping you is you. So always have that faith. And you only need a little bit, the faith of a mustard seed. And that's not big, y'all. If you don't know what it looked like, go Google it. And it'll show you how small that is. So if you're thinking about doing something, go and do it. I don't care what it is. If it's basket making, like I said, or anything you want to do. Don't let that stop y'all. What else I'm going to tell you about? Gosh, I feel like I'm missing something. Oh, I want to encourage you, if you're street selling, if you're vending, if you're giving gifts to friends, teachers, or anything like that, for Valentine's Day and the holidays, make sure you're designing all types of gifts for men and women. Make sure you're designing gifts, not just, like I always tell you in my prior videos, make sure you're not designing gifts in red, just red and pink. So always have a variety. I wish you plenty of success. The new year is approaching. So I pray that God elevates you, gives you the courage and the to go out and do what you need to do for you. We only get one chance at this life. We may make some mistakes, but that's okay. That's what helps us grow. So I pray your business excels. If you're still attending vendors events and all of that stuff, I pray you sell out. I pray God blesses you with the abundance of the new year that's coming up. I pray over your family. Keep your health right. That God blesses you in every avenue from the top of your head to the bottom of your feet and all the things around you. So I think this is going to conclude my video, you guys. Still still under the weather a little bit, but I'm trying, y'all. But I gotta take care of me first, y'all. But I don't take care of me. I can't do nothing for nobody else. So I always take care of you. All right, I think this is gonna conclude the video. If you're new to my channel, please consider like, comment, and subscribing. If you're one of my oldies, thank you so much for tuning back into another video. If you're one of my newbies, welcome to the family. Thank you so much for helping my channel elevate. So until the next video, you have a safe and wonderful day, and I will talk to you soon. Bye-bye.